What's on your playlist right now?
In my class.
Go to guilty pleasure food.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Hi, my name is Orli Algranatti, and I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I have held a deep passion for saving the lives of animals since childhood. In 2020, I moved to UC Davis to pursue my enthusiasm for veterinary medicine. One of my primary goals was to engage in various clubs, organizations, and research opportunities to absorb all the experiences that Davis has to offer. My passion for the veterinary profession, particularly in aiding animals in need, is unparalleled and is complemented by my deep affection for our campus community.
Hi, Orli. Welcome to Face to Face.
Happy to be here today.
I'm glad you're here, and we're really happy to have a student from our top-ranked animal science program here with us to share some of your experiences. And speaking of which, during your time here at UC Davis as an animal science major, can you tell us about some of your more valuable experiences that you've had?
Yeah, some valuable experiences that I've had was definitely becoming president of the Vet Aid Club for now 2 years. And this leaves me the opportunity to mentor my students, my members, and as well as been a part of many research opportunities on campus, at the vet school. So I just want to show the world how amazing this research opportunities that we have at UC Davis are.
Well, thank you so much for the mentoring. That's so important. I say this to everybody who listens to me. Mentoring, being a mentor, having a mentor, really important. Tell me about those experiences both inside and outside the classrooms and laboratories and how they've prepared you for your future career in veterinary medicine.
Yeah, I think I really value the mentorship aspect of things, especially communication and networking. So being able to become president of this club and showing my members the same opportunities that I've had in the past and just leading them to success has been super valuable for me, as well as the research aspects. I was able to go out of my comfort zone, especially from moving across the states and coming here and just opening myself to new opportunities, because you never know where new opportunities could lead you to.
That's exactly right. And given all that, what advice would you give to a younger student who wants to follow in your footsteps? And how do you tell people how to stay motivated? How do you stay motivated?
That's a great question. I ask myself the same thing every day. I would tell a mentoree or someone who I want to influence in the future was to be definitely say something like, just keep your head up high. I know sometimes it can get tough, but just moving forward and trying new things, because you never know. You can't say I don't like something unless you try it, and really put your foot forward and just take a new step.
Take a risk.
Take a risk. Yeah, take a risk at it.
Yeah, and then you may find out something that's really fulfilling for your career, for your life.
Exactly.
Now, I understand you worked as a research assistant, undergraduate research assistant in some of the labs. Tell me about that and what unique opportunities that has provided for you as a researcher.
Yeah, before coming to Davis, I never really had any research opportunities, and I thought that Davis would be the number one place to try some research out, and that's what I did. I got in contact with a PI here during my first quarter at Davis as a freshman during COVID. So that was definitely difficult to do, but I was able to do that and get my foot in the door, and just being able to do toxicology research. And now that I'm doing glioblastomas for human research as well, has been super amazing and has motivated me to continue doing research, as well as presenting at really big conferences and just trying to spread the word about what my research is trying to get towards. And hopefully we can save some lives.
That's going to be really valuable experience for your graduate career and your professional career. So I applaud that. We like all of our students to try to get involved in undergraduate research if they can. You've also been involved in many clubs and organizations on campus. How do you think those experiences have enhanced your time here at Davis?
Yeah, I was able to make lifelong friends throughout those times. I was able to practice my leadership skills as well, trying to lead a team of like 20, 30 officers at a time, trying to communicate with people as well, not only focusing on my pre-vet side, but as well as my communication side, my business side as well, especially minoring in that really helped me to put 2 and 2 together. And I was just really fortunate about doing all of this and trying to combine all of them and seeing where the future holds.
Yeah, they just give you a more holistic and well-rounded undergraduate experience.
Yeah.
So that's really, really great. Now, eventually you're going to graduate.
Yes.
And you're going to go into the real world and have a real job and all those sorts of things. What is your dream job after your education is over?
Ooh, that's a good question. I really love research and I really love veterinary medicine as well. So I hope that one day I could put 2 and 2 together and hopefully do a DVM PhD program in Davis or wherever life leads me to. But I just want to continue this process that I already started.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best of luck with that.
Thank you.
I want to switch gears a bit. We have a segment of the face-to-face show we call Hot Seat.
Yeah.
You're on the hot seat. And what that means is I'm going to ask you some rapid-fire questions, and we're looking for a one-word or one-sentence type of answer.
Perfect.
You ready?
You ready?
Okay, here we go. Favorite animal?
Ooh, dogs.
Dogs, okay.
Yes.
Who is your biggest inspiration?
Oh, gosh. I would say my mentors back home. I think that they sacrificed so much for them to be where they are today, and they taught me so much, and they guided me throughout this whole path of being a pre-vet student and hopefully one day a veterinary student, and just they've been teaching me since day one how to be myself here and how to continue growing.
Yeah. So once again, mentoring, so
Yes.
important, so important. Best thing about UC Davis?
Oh my gosh. I would say that the best thing about UC Davis is definitely their research programs. They really value the student and they really want you to succeed in the future.
That's a great answer, and I agree. Thank you. Yeah. What's your favorite place to go for vacation?
Ooh, I'm a really big traveler, so I traveled around all of Europe. So I would definitely say Iceland because they do have a lot of animals out there as well. And the nature is just so gorgeous. And I love riding horses as well. So there's a really great place to ride horses. And everything is untouched. So everything is supernatural and it's just beautiful to be there.
I have never been to Iceland, but I have heard many people recommend it to my wife and I to go because it's somewhat misnamed, right?
Yes.
Because it's called Iceland, but it's actually fairly warm. It's a volcanic island, and
Yeah.
it's a very nice environment there. Okay, last question. I ask all my guests this because I like to know these things. What's at the top of your playlist right now?
Ooh, I love Spanish music. So my mom is originally from Ecuador and my dad is from Argentina. So I listen to a lot of Spanish music. I love the rhythm. I love the mood that it puts me into. It's always a good mood. I'm a really positive person in general. So just having that playlist when I'm going to class or when I'm doing research really just gets me back in the mood and making me happy all the time.
Okay. That's another place I'd like to go is Galapagos,
Yes,
Ecuador. So,
yes.
So now your turn. You can ask me any questions you like.
Yes, I was going to ask you, since I'm an out-of-state student, I was just wondering how do you think that the out-of-state tuition would be stabilized, especially with California support?
So I don't know if any tuition is ever stabilized, and I have to give this disclaimer that tuition is controlled by a vote of the Board of Regents, so I'm not involved, so just in case people were wondering. But the reason why out-of-state tuition is higher is because California residents pay state taxes in
Right.
California. So I think there's some understanding that students that come from other states should pay a little bit more, and we really just try to have the expenses match the costs. So when things go up for us, materials and supplies, utilities, et cetera, salaries
Right.
for the professors, classrooms, laboratories, facilities, we have to cover that. And one of the ways we do that is through tuition, and we expect the out-of-state students to cover their fair share, which is a little bit more than the in-state students because of the California tax situation. But we try to be fair. I know it doesn't seem like that from the student perspective or the parent perspective, but we try to be fair.
Yeah, and I really value the scholarships that Davis offers as well for the out-of-state students. I think that really helps trying to stabilize.
We're trying to have
everything.
you have an educational experience that transforms your life. So you can't do that if we charge too much money.
That's true. That's true. And my second question would be, how do you foresee, or do you foresee any requirements for undergraduates to be able to participate in research opportunities before graduation?
You know, that's a great question, too. I don't know that we'll ever require it and make it mandatory, but we do strongly encourage it. I think, as you've described in your
Right.
experience, it makes your time at UC Davis that much more meaningful, and you kind of understand why your classroom learning, how it's applied, and why you're learning what you're learning in the classroom, and then prepares you for either graduate school or professional experience. So we will continue to strongly encourage it. We're very proud of the fact that a large number of UC Davis students have experience as an undergraduate doing research, and think we'll continue along those lines. So
yeah, that sounds great, because I got my best opportunities doing the research projects that I've been involved in, as well as, like you mentioned before, being able to not only learn in class basis, but also as well as putting it into action from everything that I've learned in my lectures, and then applying it to research that same day really helps put things together and make me a stronger student in the future as well. And
I can testify to that as well. I was once an undergraduate researcher way back when the earth was cooling, and I was an undergrad. It's been great having you here, Orli, and talking with you. I really enjoyed hearing about your time here at Davis, and looking forward to what the future is going to bring for you. Best of luck in those future endeavors. And thanks to everyone for watching. We'll see you next time on Face to Face. Go Ags.